Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Now, last week we just had my breast augmentation recovery videos go live. Was a little nervous to post those, but I have to start this video first before anything else with sending out a great big thank you because everyone was super supportive and super nice. I was worried of getting kind of judgy, rude comments back in the posts or on my community page, and I didn't get any of that. You guys were super supportive, super friendly, and super nice, which was just so uplifting to read. So big thank you to everyone who left a nice comment, who was encouraging and sent their well wishes, because it did mean a lot to me. It really put a smile on my face during this kind of difficult time. And I did compile all your questions now. Many of the questions were quite similar. So I'm only going to answer one, not like 10 of the same question kind of idea. I'm going to answer the questions to the best of my ability. Now, of course, certain details may be a little bit more personal, and I'm not necessarily as comfortable about sharing those. So if I didn't answer your question, I do apologize, but there is probably reasons for that. Now, a general check-in. It is just past 4 weeks now. I am feeling much better. Things are pretty much feeling normal. I'm still having to be cautious when reaching or grabbing things at the extent of my arms, because anything that pulls at my chest muscle or reaching too far pulls at the side, I do feel, and it is kind of uncomfortable. Now, general recovery time is usually 4 to 6 weeks. I have had a few people commenting on things. So I'm just at the start of when recovery would start to feel more normal, which is kind of where I am. I'm on par for that. I feel I'm doing quite well. Everything's settled really well. Things are kind of seeming like they're in their place, which is great. My pain is down. I'm not taking anything for my pain medication any longer unless I have some sort of massive pain, which I don't see happening. I was just given the go-ahead from my surgeon to have a bath if I want. Thank goodness. Bath time again. Snapchatters, you'll be happy. And my OnlyFans guys, you'll be happy too. I still have 2 more weeks to go until I can start light exercises. Of course, because we are stuck in quarantine, I can't go to the gym. The gym in my building is closed, and I don't have any workout equipment in my home, which I'm finding really sucks. I did order myself some resistance bands and cables, etc. that are coming from Amazon, but sadly they won't be here until start of next month, start of May. On to your guys' questions without further ado. From Nathan, 93 Baker. Why? The old ones seem fine. Well, they were fine, but here becomes the thing. Breast implants are generally only rated for about 10 years. That's as long as the manufacturer suggests to keep them. Of course, if there's no issues, no complications, you're still happy with the way that they look and the way that they feel, then there's no reason to get them changed out unless you need to. Some women maintain their implants for 15 to 20 years. Personally, for myself, because mine are quite large, little things were starting to show, and because of what I do for a living, being an online entertainer, working in the adult industry, and doing lots of nude work, it means that when I started to see signs of the age in my implants, like rippling, etc., I didn't want that look in my content. I felt it just didn't fit me. It didn't make me feel confident in myself, and doing a job like I do, feeling confident in your own skin, especially while naked, is kind of important. My opinion is I'm beautiful the way I am because I embrace my imperfections. But if it's an imperfection that makes you really uncomfortable and makes you upset, and you feel the need to change that, I support you in your choice. Your choices are what best fits you. So for me, it was time to spruce up the girls, as it were, and put in just something younger and fresher, and to do a little tightening here and there. You guys are getting the inside scoop. So that's why I changed them. It was just time for some maintenance work. Barry Owen asks, why would you want to do anything else? You were fine just the way you are. Well, thank you, Barry. I really appreciate that. So I didn't do anything else. I was very happy with my breast augmentation the first time. I was just having the odd little bit of pain here and there, and I was noticing things. And so I just went in and saw my surgeon, and he said these were my options and what I could do, and I picked the best option for me. Thank you for liking what I had before, which means you'll love what I have now because nothing really has changed. The size, the shape, the look of them, still going to be the same. They're just kind of like, it's like I went and gave them a youthful experience. Natalie asks, how many cc's do you have? I get this question a lot. Now, it's difficult when picking sizes based off cc's because when you go for breast implants, they don't go by cup sizes. They don't go by regular sizing. They go by cc's, which is how much silicone or saline is in your implant. My implants are an 800cc silicone implant. They're the same size that they were before. I was an 800cc before, so I'm an 800cc now. That hasn't changed. I didn't go bigger because, I mean, some people have asked me this, and the first thing that pops into my mind is, did you not think they were big enough to start with? I already have difficult finding a well-fitted, correctly sized bra. And I find it sometimes difficult for certain shirts and looks. And to be honest with you, they are quite large and they are on my face a lot. So for me, going bigger wasn't really in my books nor my plan. I'm very happy with the size that I have. Not to say going bigger is wrong. It's all about personal choice. That said, when it comes to someone choosing a size, choosing to go bigger, smaller, staying the same, whatever it is, always remember that a girl has made a very intimate choice when she chooses to have a boob job. Spreading out a judgment based off that can be really hard on that person to hear. I've had a few people comment, you should have gone bigger, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I understand that that's their choice and that's what they would have wanted, but that's not the choice that was right for me. So personally, I'm quite happy with the size I was, and so I stayed that size. That said, if I had gone smaller, I would hope that people would have the mentality that many of you guys had in comments, is that no matter what, as long as it's a choice that makes me happy, makes me feel confident, and helps me continue to do the things that I enjoy doing, that you guys enjoy watching, then that's all that really matters. Thank you, Natalie. I love that you're a girl and you asked a comment. Love it. Tiffany, another girl. Yes. Tiffany would like to know, what size did you end up going with? Do you regret not going bigger? So I kind of already just touched on this. I stayed the same size, zero regrets. I feel that I have a really favorable outcome, and considering my implants were already 10 years old and were still in the right place, I wasn't having any issues of bottoming out or any of the such issues that girls normally have. I wasn't in a rush to go any bigger. The bigger you go, the more complications can arise because you're stretching the skin so much bigger. You're putting a lot of weight on that pocket, and it's not as supported by your body. It's just supported basically by the pocket and your skin. So I have very tight, tough tissues, and they held up really well. So I don't want to tempt fate and go bigger and run into more complications. So I didn't go any bigger, and I have zero regrets about that. Zero. Because I love them. I love these guys. They're awesome. And they're already feeling like me. That sounds really weird. But there is a period of time where they don't feel like you. They don't feel right. So they're already feeling back like me, which is really great. I'm very happy to note. Team JM Fitness asks, how often do you have to change them out? Well, that all depends. You can be someone who sadly runs into complications after 4 years and then you have to go back in. You can have something happens in which you have a big rupture or leak, and then you have to go back in at any time. So it really depends. I'm learning myself that the larger your implant is, the more frequent you may need to go in. Every 10 years is when they recommend. For me, my surgeon said I was a tiny bit early. I could have waited a year or two, but that said, the complaints I was having, he said, are valid, and that now would be a good time to do it. So I did. So it comes down to personal choice. Your implants, technically, as long as they don't rupture and you're not having complications, can be good up to 20, 25 years. It just depends on how your body is doing. That's why no matter what, when it comes to a boob job, the #1 thing to do is research who you're going to. Your choice of a surgeon shouldn't come down to price. Your choice of a surgeon should come down to who made you feel the most confident when you met them. Who was the most realistic and the most understanding and made you feel the most comfortable in their knowledge they were going to give you the best results you could get. That's who you should choose. Not someone just because they were the cheapest or they can get you in the quickest. I know those two things are very tempting, but keep in mind this is an investment in your body and your future. If you jump at the cheapest one and the soonest time and they're not a great surgeon, you can have all sorts of complications that arise, and some things are not easily fixed. So I can't urge that one enough. And then You want to have a really good surgeon, so when you have complications come up or you're feeling it's time to make a change, you can feel confident in asking their opinion and going based off their opinion. Sarah Delano, another girl, yay, asked, which is really encouraging, ladies, because I did make these videos for you ladies, so I'm really happy to see you guys are commenting and asking questions. Were they encapsulated? Why a redo? All implants are encapsulated. Your implants, what they do is they make a pocket. So I actually recommend if you're going to get a boob job, you should read up about it a little bit. Don't necessarily watch the videos because whoo, they can be a little bit creepy, a little bit disturbing if you're not used to that kind of thing. But do a little bit of reading because it doesn't hurt to have knowledge. They make a capsule or a pocket that encompasses your implant that your implant lives in. So they're all encapsulated. I think what you're meaning is, did I have capsular contracture? Capsular contracture is just scar tissue. So your body will start to realize that there's an implant there and then it's not normal. And so it will start to build scar tissue around it to kind of cover the implant to prevent from any issues that your body thinks might happen. That said, regular massaging of them, doing your stretches, because I have to do my movement stretches, which I will outline in another video, 3 times a day for the first 6 months, twice a day after that, forever. So it's important to massage them, ladies. Don't be afraid of touching your boobs. You gotta massage them. You gotta feel for lumps. I do it in the shower like I would anyways, and I do my stretches every day. So to help break up the scar tissue, the capsular contracture that can build. I had a little bit of it, but I was massaging it to get rid of it. That said, was one of the reasons I got it fixed. Hope that kind of helps with a little bit of the terminology for you. Mike Lewis asks, curious why you decided to have surgery. Was it something you had to do or was it elective? It was elective surgery in the respect that unless you are ordered by a healthcare professional to have a non-elective surgery, then any surgery is elective. So all plastic surgery is elective unless it's something that's going to literally affect your life, as in life or death issue. So yes, it was elective surgery. For me, it was a personal choice that I made because it was a good time for me to go and have surgery. It felt like the right time based off my criteria and based off what my surgeon and I were hoping to correct and fix. This was the best time for us to go in and do it. So yes, this was something I felt was needed, and I did investigate with my professional healthcare expert on whether this was a good time, and he agreed it was. Robert Hose asks, is there any strength work you have to do in recovery? Wondering about the implications it can have on your back when going through an enlargement. So right now, I'm only allowed to do walking or light cardio. I'm not supposed to be doing any weight training. I can do light stretches and stuff, but it's still hard with my upper body. I can't put my weight on my arms. It's too much on my chest and my chest area. So basically right now, I'm just walking and taking it easily. If I had a gym available, because it's quarantine right now, we don't have gyms, I would try like a little bit of elliptical or the recumbent bike for some light cardio. But because I can't do that right now, I'm just focusing on walking. When it comes to doing things around the house, literally anything, I am being aware of the fact to let my body be my guide. So I tried cleaning the bathroom yesterday. Wiping is fine in small movements. Large wiping is still too much. I can feel it. So I don't do those kinds of movements. Also, if I start doing something and say like I started cleaning the bathroom, but once I started feeling my body getting tired and giving me signals, hey, this feels uncomfortable, I stopped. So right now I'm still in this healing stages. So I'm letting not pain, but discomfort be my guide because I don't want to hit the point of pain again. Other than that, afterwards, yes, obviously being fit and having a healthy body will give the best support to your tissues and the best support to your body. That said, I don't notice back issues from my enlargement. I didn't go larger this time, so I'm referring to my experience from last time. I do work out on a regular basis. I work my back. I work everything except for my chest area because you don't want to work your chest muscles because that's bad since it pushes your implants down and out, which is what gravity will do. And you don't want to do that because it'll actually cause your pocket to open up on the sides. I do a lot of back workout, arm workout, full body workout anyways. So I would recommend that if you're going larger because it's just going to give you better support in your body for the excess weight. Implants are not as heavy as natural breast tissue. I mean, it's not half the amount of weight, but they are lighter. Thusly, it's not quite as much of an issue. The only thing I found was an issue going larger is that I needed to make sure I have a very well-structured proper bra. So I do have bras that I wear every day that aren't the little regular bras you see me wearing photo shoots that are sexy and pretty. I have ones that are more thick straps, i.e. thick straps that give more proper coverage, and the back is wider so it actually gives better support. That said, if I'm not wearing a bra for a while and then I go back to wearing a bra routinely, if my bra is brand new and a little bit on the snug side, I will start to notice it's more of a pressure pain around my bra. So for that, I just buy an extension for it and I wear that for the first while, and it seems to be fine after that. Well, and there you guys have it. Those were all the questions. The rest of the questions were all similar, like what size did you go, why did you do it, and et cetera, et cetera. I hope that kind of helps to answer your guys' question and outline a few more information. Of course, if you have more questions, please leave them below. I can answer them along with anything else I'm going to bring up about this topic. It is a lifelong recovery, and I know that I tend to be really great with my recovery, so I will continue to touch bases with you guys on this, and you can continue to ask me questions in my regular Q&As or just on regular videos if you have more questions, especially you ladies, because I know it can be kind of tricky making decisions about certain things. That said, I also want to remind everybody, you guys have been really great about this, but I'll remind everybody again, please always remember that when a girl makes a personal choice, things like our hair, our nails, our outfit, if you make a derogatory comment about them or like, ew, that's gross, why would you do that? It's really hurtful and it can really hurt a girl's feelings. So if just insulting her hair or being judgy about her hair or clothes, her nails might make her feel really upset, think how she'll feel if you then make the same comments about her breast augmentation. So try to remember that always put good foot forward, always be nice to one another. People make choices for their own reasons, and that people are more likely to want to comment back, interact with you, and be encouraging if you do the same for them. I am on the road to recovery, feeling great, taking it easy, back to sleeping flat in my own bed. Yes. Still wearing my recovery bra. This one is a recovery bra. It's just a slightly different style, easier to wear under things, and I will be in that for the next 6 months. So I will be following my surgeon's restrictions and suggestions as much as possible because it is part of healing and it is important. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you won't forget to click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more of my Q&As, fun tips, health advice, clothing try-ons, you name it. I do a whole bunch of stuff here. And these vids are cool things you can find on my channel that I'm pretty sure you're going to like. Bye for now.